Mic. Okay. There we go. Volume. Test.
Ah, there is the live stream.
Or will we stream?
Okay, haha, first live. Let's wait a bit. See if anyone comes.
I need to make sure that like I can be heard properly and stuff. So.
What's that with the rock behind the main menu book?
Yeah, it's all bugged out. The main menu is really buggy on this build for some reason. I'm gonna have to fix it.
Hello, people in the chat.
Hello. The main menu is broken right now, so just ignore that. Here, you know what? I'm gonna...
It's not...
Let's go to this. This is a lot better. Hello.
That's gonna be fun. Seeing your stuff delayed.
Doing pretty good.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird. I'm doing pretty good.
We're gonna be playing some BBT, guys. Some director's cut. Let's see if I can get some high rounds.
Lobster. Yes, lobster. Okay. I mean, you have a point.
If I watch you die horribly.
You have a point there, MK, but still, not nice.
Alright, I'm just waiting for a few more people to get in here before I start. What?
Yeah, bitrate is a bit iffy on the stream. It's not
should I increase it?
terrible. Probably, yeah. It's already dropping a bit in the lobby, so with the enemies and like, especially in jellyfish fields, that's probably a bit.
The issue is that you usually have, for the OBS, you usually have to like restart.
I mean, it's not.
All right, I increased it. It didn't have me restart.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. It's really just. Oh,
Okay, is this any better?
I mean, you're not moving right.
Yeah, no, wait, it's just the stream.
Delay. Oh god, Awesome Possum's already like 90% of the chat. Awesome Possum, there's not gonna be Industrial Park in this.
Yeah, Industrial Park is not in this build. It is being worked on. We have an Industrial Park like map, all and everything, but it's not in this build. So.
I need to get comments, but.
Is the bitrate better?
Yeah.
Seems better, yeah.
Bitrate is a bit better.
So
Should I increase it more? I don't want to make my because if you increase it too much, it'll start lagging. And AJ's also on her computer doing stuff on the internet too.
Yeah, let's try. Let's see.
Here, I've increased it a little bit more. Can you guys hear me properly too?
Stream's kind of late. You guys know that, right? Yes.
Every stream's delayed.
We are aware.
That's how YouTube streams are.
Alright, so is that any better bitrate wise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will be enough. So, like, obviously, compression is still a thing. Also, you're only streaming in 720.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. The pain of live
Let's
stream.
go.
So if anybody here wants to ask questions, you can go ahead, and maybe someone that is not Awesome Possum too. It's like recently all questions have been by Awesome Possum and no one else.
Round and round the buzz-cut goes.
Jelly hordes.
So, I don't know if any back when color was invented yet. Yes.
This guy's a real
When we're gonna have the demo.
buzzkill.
This has already been announced.
Wait,
It's
what?
gonna drop once
Yeah.
we hit 1K on the Rehydrated Relief 2.
Yes, we are. The demo is one of the rewards on the on the new Rehydrated Relief this year. So if people if people donate, you'll be able to play some BBT Director's Cut.
So,
I can turn
yeah,
them
but
down.
Or the best guess would be when the very long starts. I think 1K shouldn't take too long to achieve, but that's just a guess, judging from last time. So around.
So probably in a month.
Not in a month. It's the 4th.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Later this month.
Yeah, end of June, somewhere around end of June, when the demo's publicly available. What you see right now is the demo that we have sent out to certain YouTubers. Not gonna say who, but you will know once they actually put out a video. So I guess Nolef will share this on Discord, probably Twitter, and the YouTube community section if any BBT related video by any YouTuber goes live. Funny thing that I created to most annoying enemies in this.
The buzz cuts aren't as bad anymore. I fixed them. The cannons, though, they're not annoying. They're just kind of buggy right now because they're new. They need a lot of work done.
It's better, like definitely worse.
Yeah, they're not horrible, but they're still just like a little buggy. That's the main issue.
So overall, I just assume everybody here has seen the last time this has been showcased.
Yeah, a lot.
It would be free, but not if it were released on Xbox. This game will be free for anybody, no matter what. It'll never cost any money.
The point or the thing with releasing on Xbox is still
It's
pretty
still
much
very
up in the
iffy.
air.
We don't know.
So yeah, free. Yes.
You have to do it free. Yeah.
That's also bro. That's the thing is, if
Make
it would
money
cost
off
money, Viacom's lawyers would be at no less doorstep, like the next day after.
We'd be shot down dead. Oh, there's a color.
We could open these presents all day.
Beautiful Z graphics.
Yeah, but also
The jellies
we don't
flying around, doing
this
their
to
thing.
cost money, even though we're also like not legally allowed to do it.
We could open these presents all day.
I can really hear you guys. So you
What?
might want to turn the not said that the
Oh,
game
okay.
volume is too loud. You can't really hear us. You might want to turn down the master volume.
I think I mainly need to turn you guys up. Because
Or
I also
that.
am, you guys are kind of quiet for me, so.
And just make Discord loud. I don't know. Do
That's
something.
what I just did. They should be able to hear you better now.
Can you hear me?
So yeah, what has changed since the last time?
A lot.
Not a lot that you can really pinpoint.
No,
Big.
I'd say a lot. The game feels completely different. I changed jumping. Jumping is completely redone. There's variable jump now, so like small taps does small jumps, long taps does higher jumps. It's not as
Look at those
floaty
daily
anymore.
hordes.
Graphics have been very heavily redone. Most shaders have had work done. Like, what do you mean by size? Like, do you mean size in terms of, like, gigs? Or in terms of, like, world? It's kind of hard to tell.
If you're asking for world size, then we can't really answer that.
I'd say that each map is going to be about the same size as an entire, like, an entire world. So, like, for example, the entirety of Jellyfish Fields in BFBB, that's the size of our maps, except it's all one big open world. Sometimes they'll be larger, though, so we'll see. The main thing that makes BBT different than BFBB is BFBB is open linear, So you still complete quests one by one as you go. But in BBT, the worlds are going to be a lot more, like, open. Rather than having a linear path that you move down, like you do in BFBB, you have pretty much a big, giant space with a bunch of different quests to do within that space.
Yeah, I'd say it's more of a hybrid system, so it's not like open world like Mario Odyssey. It's like a mixture between BFBB and Odyssey, I would say.
Well, because you
So
have a
still
main quest. You have a main quest.
It still has a somewhat linear progression, but each level is more open. Also, level. It's not level. You have level sections, but you can't say they're like different levels in a world. But yeah,
They're more just, I call them regions.
Will there be more than 10 worlds?
Depends on how many chapters we do.
Yeah. Okay, so somebody, to go down chronologically, Dennis asked, what is the story for the game? So,
does anyone else want to sum that up? I'm trying to focus.
okay, so I guess I don't want to go too much into spoiler because the game is planned to be a bit more story-driven than your usual SpongeBob experience. But overall, SpongeBob and Patrick find a book randomly in a cave in Jellyfish Fields, and with the name Bikini Bottom Tails. So, and you know how SpongeBob and Patrick are.
What the name of the magazine?
And they're like, woo, story time. And and that's where the intro cutscene will play. And what basically happens if they get sucked in the book. How, why, etc. is not what you will have to find out. But now they're stuck in the book, and they start to notice that everything is like familiar, but also oddly twisted. And they also slowly learn that there's like a hidden force, like someone else trying to manipulate the events. So it's like
That's annoying.
known past experiences that are twisted. So that's the whole concept of BBT, you know, yeah. Content that is heavily influenced by past SpongeBob games, like the FBD movie, and
It tries to fit all of like the main, like most popular SpongeBob games into one coherent timeline, rather than them
but
all
also-
being separate.
Yeah. So
Being genocide.
those are actual past events that have happened. Okay, so let's go down there. Does SpongeBob get a different outfit per world? He hasn't. So not really. Like he doesn't get a different outfit for each world, but there will be outfits.
Yes,
right now,
you'll
in
unlock
Director's
them
Cut.
through the game, and the only reason that he's wearing this right now is because each like director's cut map will have a costume associated with it. This is the costume associated with this map.
But I don't think there will be any like forced costume change for the story, so you
Yeah,
can
no.
just play
Only
with
Horde mode.
standard outfits. Okay, so oh hell nah, SpongeBob trap in book commit ink genocide. Okay,
I keep looking at chat, not paying attention to the game, and then I'm taking damage.
I recommend some above water moments or something, or like an open bikini bottom. It's okay
There
if it's not-
will be something out of above water. There will. I'm not gonna say what it is. And I don't think we have a. Do we have a Bikini Bottom map? Like,
As of
currently
now,
planned?
not really.
I mean, we have
Also
rooftops. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I'm
I
sucking.
mean, yeah, for the above water section, I think the iffy part is how to do it art style wise, because it's like a thing in SpongeBob that everything outside of water is like real life, and
I think I can
so-
pull that off.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. I never worked with like realistic things, and we'll have to see how it will look.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's like planned, but not in detail.
Don't expect anything too crazy from that.
there are new. Okay, no, that's not a question. Will there be a model viewer?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, there will be a gallery for your achievements.
Yes, each achievement comes with a trophy. And you can actually, like, view the trophy and spin it around, which means we'll technically have the code for that in. We might as well, like if we have time, implement some form of thing like that.
I mean, if any of our animators has some spare time, they can just make one pose for each model, and then we can throw it in. Similar to, I guess, what's a good example? All I can really think of right now is Donkey Kong Country Returns, but that's not a good example because it doesn't really have a mob to use. Okay. Will the OST have remixes of BFBB and the movie games?
Already does.
Yes,
You're hearing
it
one
already
right now.
has. Yeah, it's already playing a remix of the Jail
You can change the camera distance. I like it zoomed out though. It makes it easier.
You can also you could technically play in first person.
Yep. Here, let me do that.
I mean, that's obviously not helpful in most situations. But yeah.
Ouch.
It's a
Good
nice
for taking
gimmick.
screenshots.
Yeah.
I'm Ready Depression already has been remixed. It's the here. Let me go to Goofy Goobers. I have enough.
How many levels will there be in the game? Still unclear. So again, for anybody asking about the length of the game, so we have pretty much the rough story plan for 3 chapters, and we have an ending. So what we will do is we want to have at least 3 chapters, and once we have reached the end of chapter 3, we can go on if we want to, or we can end it right there. So the final amount of content is not decided yet, but each chapter will have 3 levels.
Alright, I'm going to Goofy Goobers.
Yeah. So somewhat like BFBB. So you have 3 levels and 1 boss fight, and I think each world has at least 1 like mini level. I think that's already been said, so I hope I don't spoil anything. For chapter 1, it's going to be Mrs. Puff's boating school. Don't expect anything big. It's really just like 2 mini challenges in a small level. But yeah. So as of now, there are around 9 levels planned, technically. But that number can increase. Okay, so the game now is oh yeah, first person shooter. Smash Bros would be a good example. Yes, yeah. I thought I had Smash Bros in my mind. I just didn't say for some reason. Well, can you add more than 2 endings? You said we have 2 endings. So we have 1 ending planned, and I don't think that multiple endings really fit. I think they should go past chapter 3, says Awesome Possum. I mean, it's not that easy. I mean, you know, at some point, you rather let it end while it's still good, rather than drag it on. Like, I think all of us rather have a finished product than one that just keeps on going.
Yeah, we don't want to, be the TV show itself.
Okay, what if THQ advertises this?
That'd be really cool. They know it exists. They've actually been in a live stream of ours before. So
I mean, that'd be cool if it happened, but I don't know if that's likely.
I mean, maybe if this gets more attention. I think as of now BBT is still too niche. Okay, so games like BFBB have 2 endings. I mean,
I think it's talking about the secret ending. We already have a secret ending planned, or at least I have one that I have in mind.
Oh, well, you know. Okay, anyway, game BFBB has 2 endings. I would disagree on that, like, to call it 2 endings. It's just, you have the ending and you have a bonus mini cutscene that plays when you have 100%. I wouldn't call that 2 endings. I hope Nickelodeon doesn't try to take down your project.
They
Of
shouldn't.
course, yeah, they shouldn't. Of course, this is something you can never say that will never happen. But we try to make
Yeah.
sure that this is not going to happen. So firstly, we're not going to make any money off of it. So there's like no ads, no nothing. I think the only way of like quote unquote earning money is perhaps through donations. That will not give you anything though, because otherwise you could argue that you tie like things to donations.
Plus, when you donate, you're not donating towards the project, you're donating towards our studio. That's different.
Yeah. But overall, I mean, we're trying to keep it brand friendly.
Also,
for the
it's
most part.
sorry. It's black and white because he's got to turn the power on.
That's not the best explanation, bro. So.
Well, yeah, I know, but you gotta like, all right. So you got to hit 2 buttons to turn the power on.
Okay, so yeah, but to what I was trying to say, we're trying to keep BBT as brand friendly. Like it's supposed to be close, as close to the SpongeBob IP as possible. Of course, with a few twists. Some people might think the ink theme is at some
Awesome
degree.
Sorry. Awesome Possum, please don't mention that. That is actually not
Awesome
supposed to be public.
I'm having a lot of
Come
deja vu.
on.
If I had mentioned it previously, I regret that, because that is actually supposed to be a secret.
Come on, man. I mean, really? Damn.
Because
Yeah,
that's the end of the game. You're talking about the end of the game. Don't do that.
Heck, he slots it up more than me.
But yeah, overall we should be fine against Nickelodeon. And I always say, as long as the games like Mr. Krabs, Overdose, and Petamine are out there without getting taken down, which are obviously not in line with the SpongeBob IP, we should be fine. So,
No!
Yeah. Keep it brand friendly.
What?
And
Died.
Oh
You
no.
died?
I died.
Oh, it's worse. It's delayed. Okay. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah. No money, brand friendly, we should be good. End of story. That took a
Yeah.
bit long. Okay, why is it black and white? To elaborate a bit more on this, this is a side mode, so the demo is actually a side mode that's gonna be in the game, called Director's Cut. So it's story-wise, it's just the events of BBT are already over,
Alright, see.
and SpongeBob and Patrick are hired to make a movie out of their experiences. And each chapter is getting its own movie with a different theme. So, chapter 1 has noir, like 80s, 90s. I don't know if that's the correct.
Earlier,
Time,
a lot earlier.
yeah, like
Way early.
20s, 30s.
Like 30s, 40s noir.
Detective noir movies. So.
80s. Oh my god.
So there will be eventually a short cut scene, so that kind of tries to highlight that. So it's a bit more like overly serious the way they will talk, because it's all mysterious. You know, it's just emphasizing on this whole noir film gag, and also obviously this costume. It's based off the episode. I can't remember the name.
Squid Noir.
Yeah, there's an episode where they actually do this in the show, so that's where we took the costume from, and that's also the reason it's black and white. So Director's Cut is our horde mode, or maybe your somewhat like Call of Duty Zombies, so just enemies. Waves of enemies.
Survive as long as you can, sort of deal.
Yeah.
You gotta keep up because they get harder.
Yeah, and there are buttons hidden in the map, and you have to activate all of them to bring back the color, and yeah, like he just did.
There you go.
And B, to activate the Enhancertron, which acts as a way of like upgrading. On the top left corner you can see the little number on the pants. That's the current level. So you, by destroying tikis and robots, you gain XP, and with every level up you gain 1 skill point, and you can spend these skill points in the Enhancertron. You can increase your damage for the attacks, increase the range, increase the aim, and aim is basically you hit an enemy, it's more likely to fly towards an enemy that's close to it and hit that one. You can also increase your shield, which is the pants in the top left corner, how fast that shield recharges when you collect ink by destroying tikis, and also increase the ink capacity because you need a higher ink capacity to progress the floors. In the demo it's only 2 floors. In the full version of Director's Cut Chapter 1 there will be 3. And
So
but you can
let me explain on that a little bit better. This specific build for YouTubers only has 2 floors, but the actual demo, the one that you guys will all be playing, will have 3.
yeah. So like Chapter 1 will have Jellyfish Fields, Goofy Goobers, and Industrial Park. So
And there's a side map, I think that would be Miss Puff's boating school,
yeah, but
and Krusty Towers.
yeah. But Mrs. Puff's boating school is not really part of the Director's Cut, I think.
It's not.
Yeah, the Krusty Towers theme is also just a gag. It doesn't really serve much purpose. It's just there like as a fun thing. So you have Krusty Towers, you start in the lobby, and each floor you start in one of the rooms from the episode, and it's just linked to the sections. Was interesting. Also sometimes a bit hard to make. Oh god. It wasn't a fun time to make the lobby whole layout. I mean, it wasn't.
Actually, the 3rd floor is technically here. You just can't access it. It's in the build. It's just inaccessible.
I'm not gonna say what it is because I think it's the funniest. So I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
don't.
say it.
Very unfinished.
No, the 3rd floor. No, that he's talking about the Krusty Tower room. That one's finished.
Yeah, no. Like, you can... Technically, there is a third... The 3rd room for the Krusty Towers is in. You know the one? Don't say it out loud.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
actually in here. It's just inaccessible. So if somebody did, like, mod the YouTuber demo for some reason, they could probably get there.
I mean, it's not really worth it. But,
No, not at all.
okay, so I'm gonna try to keep up with the chat. Can you have different bubble blower / melee weapons for SpongeBob?
He actually doesn't
No.
use a bubble blower.
No,
Watch,
we already have the whole melee or combat
it's a-
system planned.
It's
There are
actually a
2
jellyfish
moves
net.
missing.
3 moves missing. Gliding,
But yeah, so,
the forward pole, and the sneak.
yeah, alright, I forgot. But no, we're mainly playing with like SpongeBob's body.
Oh, that guy.
So, but no, we're not really focused on bubble moves for this. So, no. Anything else?
Well, this game's been in development for a year now. We restarted
Oh.
1 year ago. Like, everything.
Oh, God.
Asset-wise,
Patches.
everything.
Loaded.
What?
No, the game just the chat just loaded and with like a bunch of
Oh, okay.
more messages. Okay, so is this a challenge mode? I already explained what it is. It's just a little side mode. Doesn't really have any goals. It just kind of
You
like,
survive as long as possible.
Yeah.
There will be a lot more to it once it actually comes out, like with like a not the demo, but like when the game comes out, full on BBT. There will be, this mode will be in there, and it will actually have more. So you'll have like a basic little story thing you can do with a boss,
Yeah.
and there will be little objectives that pop up. They're not here right now, and they won't be there for the demo, but they will be there eventually.
Also, it's very likely that you will You would probably be able to unlock some costumes for the main story. Or for
Oh
the
yeah,
main
in here.
campaign.
I think you'll have
yeah.
to survive a certain amount of time to be able to use the costume in the campaign.
Yeah, but nothing like it's just a little side mode.
Ouch.
Yeah, we like again maybe because I think we haven't said this on the stream yet. We decided to put this out for the demo, mainly because it serves enough to show off the general style. Like
It has almost
gameplay.
every single mechanic in it. That's the main reason why it's such a big deal and why it was a good idea to switch. You have 3 levels. You have pretty much all of the mechanics of the game but sliding in here. And, I mean, yeah, there's not really a whole lot left programming-wise. We have almost all the code for Chapter 1 completed because of this.
So yeah, after this demo, we will start working actively more on Chapter 1. So Chapter 1 won't take a huge amount of time.
No, because
since we have a lot of the assets, we have the base systems.
Not even that, but also Jellyfish Fields is technically like done. I mean, think about it.
Yeah, I mean we've worked on Jellyfish Fields for like in different projects for like almost 4 years now.
Well, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and we might need to add some stuff for Goofy Goose and Industrial Park. So it's still gonna take a bit, but Chapter 1 won't take as long as Chapter 2 will take, since entirely new levels. So it's gonna take a long time.
I forgot to mention, mobile support. There's actually an Android version of this game.
There's gonna be an Android version.
It actually already works. I play it quite frequently. What do you mean 30 minutes to beat this game?
Okay, wait. I tried to keep up with the chat. So can you implement a hard mode into the game? I mean, maybe once the campaign is actually more progressed. The question would be like, what is a hard mode? I guess we could go the cheap way and just increase enemy damage and health.
I mean for the demo.
For the demo, that's not really. There's
No.
not really a need for a hard mode.
Because it gets hard. It
Fair
gets
enough.
hard.
So, trying to say that the primary release is like.
Oh, it is challenging.
It
Okay,
gets
so-
worse every 5 minutes.
So let me explain really quick. I want to say this before, because this guy seems like he's getting heated. The game, if it takes 30 minutes, this is not the game. This is a side mode. This is just the demo for showing off all the mechanics and everything. The main game will be very, very different. It will be rolled out in chapters. Each chapter will have a chunk of the game. The first chunk, I'd say, will probably be, what, like an hour long? Maybe a little more?
The main gameplay is not like a horde mode, but
It's not.
more like a 3D platformer.
It's like a BFBB, but on steroids. Almost every mechanic of BFBB, but amped up. That's sort of what it is.
The demo is like an appetizer.
Yes, this is just showing off the mechanics, how the game plays, how the enemies look and act.
Like a little taste.
This is not
so,
the
yeah,
game itself.
The goal is to receive as much like feedback on the core systems before we move on actually working on the chapter, because after this, like, there's not gonna be a lot like demo wise after this, so there probably won't be a chapter 1 demo for a while. Maybe something when we're closer to completion, but after that, this will have to do for a few months. So we try to get as much feedback out of it as possible.
Emphasize on smarter.
Okay, so next question was not really BBT related, but I guess I put this in really quick. Do you think THQ will remake the movie game? I personally think they will not.
Me too. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to remake a
Yeah,
game that was
it's-
promotion for a movie.
Yeah, that and like licensing. Like, the
Oh,
licensing
yeah, you're right.
around the
Yeah,
first movie is weird.
Yeah, license.
I think they could do it if they really wanted to, but I just don't think there's
like
a whole.
weird.
It's not really a big.
Yeah, it's
Oh
not
my
as
god,
popular.
ouch.
like that.
I think
It's
what's
not-
way more likely is a new game based off
Yeah.
the third movie instead of remaking a promotional game for the first movie.
I mean,
That's
to
like
be-
15 years old by now.
I mean, to be fair, Disney has re-released the Lion King and Aladdin games for what consoles.
I
So
mean,
maybe
did they re-release them or did they remake them?
re-release.
Yeah, re-release is a whole different story than remaking a game.
Here's just like
There will not be a demo for every chapter. The demo is
There
the
we go.
demo, and then after that we release the chapters. There's no need
Chapters
to
on
make
the game.
demos for them. Yeah.
Are there going to be cutscenes for the robots like BFBB?
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
They won't, I mean, they'll be pretty much the same exact thing. Short little things that teach you the mechanics.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not going to be anything
Also,
fancy.
keep in mind, BBT won't only have BFBB style robots. I mean, yeah, as of now, it
yeah,
does.
like, as of now, it's just
Right now, the main reason it's all robots is because the ink aren't in.
we have
Yeah, I mean, we could theoretically have some humanoid or like fish enemies because of Goofy Goober.
True.
There will be in the. Okay, so I guess how that works. So we have original enemies and old enemies. So old ones are obviously fathers and hammers.
Yeah.
And the new ones are the buzz cuts, so the one with the saw blades, and the cannons, the flying ones. How this will work is there are overarching enemies and objects, and then there are game-based objects.
I mean, to be fair, Buzzcut isn't exactly new since kind of gloves.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Like redesign.
No, he functions differently. I mean, you kill him the same way. Yeah. He not only is he faster than a G-Love, he also is constantly damaging, so he doesn't have like a wind up and then a spin. He's always spinning. If you bump into him, it'll hurt you. Not just
still pretty much like acts the same.
no. Not only that, they taunt after 3 hits instead of 1. So they'll actually hit you 3 times. They're designed to throw you back, so they actually launch you back further than all other enemies. And they don't do a lot of damage to your shield, so that if you they're like a non-problem when you have shield, but when you don't have shield, they become like your worst nightmare because they hit you 3 times, and that's how much underwear you have.
And basically, if you don't have shield when you're fighting, you might as well break your will.
Yes, they're fairly different than G-Loves in the ways that they act. I mean, like from a conceptual level where you like see them, yeah.
It's like basically sort of the same. Like, you know, they're both like spinning after you.
But when you take into account all of their like behavioral differences, they are very different enemy. They function differently.
ELDR-based systems are similar, but the details are different. What I was trying to say before is that there are like overarching things and game-related things. So you will only ever encounter fathers or hammers, for example, in levels that are based off BFB.
Not entirely true.
Earlier points,
because
like Rift don't count.
Yeah, that's the thing. So placed within the level will always only be the enemies from that level and our original enemies. But with rifts, these things right here, these allow enemies from other games to be put into other games. So, for example, you could have fodders in a movie game level because of a rift, because it allows them to leak in.
Yeah. We'll try our best to make this build logic work, like without giving you a headache.
Oh, that fodder there, that Wattbot was stuck.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to explain. It gets a bit messy, but I think we should be able to put it out in a
Don't worry, we'll make it work.
Okay. This game is looking really... Thank you, Triple.
Can you upgrade the amount of underwear you have?
No.
But you can upgrade shield.
Yes. If you could upgrade underwear too, it would be completely broken and overpowered.
It's like, I just killed you 20.
Yeah, so your underwear is always 3, but you can increase the amount of shield you have. So,
Dickies are no match for my quick smashing karate skills.
also, somehow I'm alive for 5 minutes in Jellyfish Fields without paying attention. Like, I haven't even been looking at my screen. I've just been looking at chat.
Okay. Will this game be available for consoles? Again,
Maybe.
no,
It
like,
depends.
No, like,
the only one that might get a release is Xbox, and even that one is really
it
iffy.
has,
But
like,
See,
definitely
so
gonna
here's
be
the... I don't know if I've talked
a
about
great
this
area.
openly, but the main reason why I don't know if we'll be able to release on Xbox isn't because of, like, we won't be able to. It's because I don't want to upset THQ Nordic and have our sort of... not rights, but, like, we have a good relationship with them right now. And if we start pushing it and we do something like that, they might just tell us to stop making the game
Yeah,
in
just,
total.
like, don't poke the bear.
Yeah, so we actually,
Yeah.
I've read through the documents for releasing a game on Xbox, and pretty much as long as you have, like, consent from the company who has the license, which we do, we
I mean,
could
to be fair, you would probably have to
technically-
ask again. I don't think
I
at this
asked
point
that.
consent
Like a
will be
double check.
too old to really be valid.
But yeah, so we're in like a weird gray area, and I think that we could get away with it, but I'm not sure if we want to push that.
Like,
'cause-
the problem is, like, is it worth it?
Yes,
Yeah, no,
exactly.
it's not really worth it. Like, you're already like
It's already on
reaching
PC.
most people with just Android and PC. Like adding the Xbox space probably wouldn't gain us or gain. It's not like financial gain, but we wouldn't reach a lot more people
Yeah,
than it's
like-
really worth in getting this weird legal gray area.
Yeah, I feel like
So-
most people have a PC or an Android device anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only ones that might suck or might
Apple.
lose a bit is Apple, and the ones that don't really have a good PC.
I mean, if they have a Mac, if they have a Mac, I, can build for
but
Mac.
honestly, if you have a Mac, that's your problem. I don't know why you have a Mac. Seriously,
just
why
get
you
rid
do
of it,
right?
lol.
Why
Just
you
get
have
rid
a
of your Mac.
Okay,
Yeah.
random Mac bashing over.
I know this might be off topic, but can you make boss in the movie game remake harder?
A lot of the gameplay stuff like that is going to be changed in the movie game remake, readjusted.
If
Only
it takes
Here's the thing with the boss, is like, it could be easier, harder, depending on whoever it is. So, I don't know.
Pretty sure I have to hit buzz cuts 4 times now before killing them.
If it takes 30 minutes to beat this game, I'm not playing it. Again, this is a side mode.
Who said
It doesn't
that?
really have any goal. You just try to survive
And
as
if you
long
try to build
as
the game itself, don't wait
can.
more. You can plug it in longer than
The actual game is going to have tons of stuff to do.
Yeah, it's gonna be like more than an hour.
Yeah.
And even then, like, the way I have it set up, creating side quests is, like, the easiest thing. Like,
Yeah,
you
there's
can
gonna be
easily
a lot
just
of
throw them in.
minor things. So like the minor tasks that you have to be, you know, like imagine drain the lake, but like a lot more of those. Like the other fields. I want this. Is there a time frame where the demo come out?
Actually,
we-
yes, we have announced.
Yes.
You're a
Again,
Oh, Mason, you're on live.
You're a YouTuber?
They hide the camera.
Yeah.
guys, please. Again, if you haven't seen it, there was an announcement, and we are part again of the Rehydrated Relief, organized by Riders DX, and I think Pack is also like leading it. We are one of the milestones, so if the Rehydrated Relief reaches $1,000, the demo will release. The main event starts on June 24th, so the realistic time frame is around June 24th. The demo will come. It might be a day early, it might be 1 or 2 days later, but around that.
My state might change a bit to like patches. But changes. But either way,
Yeah,
if we
We're
hit
still trying to
one-
polish the game as much as possible until
but
then.
either way, if the event reaches $1,000, you all get to play the demo.
Well, you'll probably pretty much be playing what you're seeing here with more polish and another section added on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Add
If you reach
your
$10,000,
self into the
no
game
one
and
will
it
kiss you
will
on
be
the cheek.
harder. Okay,
If you don't have
Yes.
12,000, I'll come to your house.
He'll actually come to your house and kiss you on
remove
your cheek.
SpongeBob and it will be pretty hard. Yeah, remove SpongeBob and there's no game to play. There's just
Oh my god, you are
No
so
playing,
behind
just
in
watch.
the chat, Hero.
no playing. No. I'm so far behind. Not just enemy damage and health, maybe try making the enemies smarter in hard mode.
Can you elaborate on
It's hard to
That's
do
easier
that.
said than done. Just make the enemies smarter.
like
That's
why do you do smarter?
Like, what would they do that would make them smarter?
Like dodge.
Send them to
Yeah.
college.
that's
Send them to college.
I mean, they're not exactly stupid right now. They actually are kind of intelligent, and they can even
they are
like
just
navigate
pretty
themselves
basic, like,
around you.
there's just so much you can do with a fodder, a basic
Yeah.
melee enemy. I mean, we'll have to see, like, hard mode, we'll see, like, we try, I guess the balance we're trying to hit with difficulties, it's supposed to be, like, around BFBB, maybe a tad higher than BFBB.
Well, that's how it should start. That's sort of what I was trying to say before. Like, I think I've said this in other streams. The game's difficulty in Chapter 1 should be very similar to like BFBB, but then as it goes on, it gets more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, difficult is always hard because you kind of want to try to find the balance where
They're
it's
just-
challenging,
they're just
but you also
jumping
don't
right
want
in
to
there.
frustrate people, or because maybe, I mean, some people aren't as good. I mean, it's
They
just
got
how it is.
They know
They already
their
have-
surroundings. They can get to the player
They
pretty
already have
easily
a
with
good
their
path. They
paths.
will follow you and hunt you down.
They have like good navness.
Yeah, they navigate the environment. They can even they hunt you. They
Like,
don't
once
just
they
sit.
spot
They
you,
follow.
They're going after you.
Yeah, see, they even have jetpacks. They can fly their way around. They can
And you
chase you
upgrade the
anywhere.
amount of underwear you have. No, but you can upgrade your shield.
Yeah, which is why I mentioned it.
That's pretty much the same thing, except it recharges.
Yeah. Damn, the new Cold War Zombies map looks epic.
Who said that?
I
Vibing.
Whoa! Oh, I got a crash.
He do be vibing.
Game just crashed. Oh, never mind. Now it's back.
Not back.
That was weird.
Well,
That
now-
was
now-
weird.
Has that ever happened?
BBT experience.
No, I've never had that happen before. It just froze for like a solid, like, 5
There
seconds.
you are screaming.
Powerful.
Yeah, but
This looks
like,
really
let's see, what's my
great.
frame rate?
Been following since you were working
Yeah, I'm
on
getting
a
perfect
BFBB
frames.
remaster. Firstly, remake, not remaster. Don't mess up.
Actually, he's probably talking about reimagining.
Yeah. Also, secondly, I'm sorry for you that you had to witness that.
Oh, that's another bug.
But yeah, still thanks for your support.
I'm con by the.
You died.
Me
and
too.
Wait,
you-
you
Me-
died and you're back
Me too.
alive. What?
Yeah, your corpse got hit.
You got
Oh.
reincarnated.
That's
a bug.
another.
You know, I
That's-
just grabbed some Funyuns and then realized that that probably got picked up by the microphone.
Okay.
Don't talk, I was being sincere.
Noah also said, well, me and my friends have planned on making a game called BFBB Chapter 2. We're adding these fan-made characters and there are 7 endings in the game. Holy shit.
Oh,
Also,
wow.
the game is harder than
Well,
movie.
good luck with that.
So I don't really know what you mean with fan-made characters, but
Yeah.
Please don't
Like,
include any of our
original
characters.
don't.
He was very ambitious, so
I'm gonna
yeah,
try
that's
giving
not
I'm gonna try
really
giving my
ambitious.
pride.
with advanced AI.
If you can do it, you can do it. Go ahead. I'm not telling you you
What I
can't.
do is like unless you are very sure you can do it, probably best not to announce it until you're sure.
Also, Noah, I don't want to sound rude, but things like a better pathfinding, advanced AI,
close enough.
things that sound good on paper, but it's not
it's like
easy to just make things better.
And they actually have excellent. They already have decent pathfinding. They can literally get to you
it's like,
from
you know what,
anywhere.
what could you do is like far, right? What can you do? They only have like one.
Is it do FOD?
What is
No, but
far?
like I've seen
Fodder,
people
fod?
say that they
Yeah.
want
Fod.
their game to be more fun and shit like that. I mean, that's nice to have those goals, but like no game developer has the thing in mind to have their game not be fun. So it's things that
it's not
sound nice
fun.
on paper, but hard to just realize.
Not fun, Bob.
Hi Terry. Also vibing said, I'm constantly vibing. I can't feel any emotions other than vibing. Help.
Don't worry, man. I'm with you. I vibe like crazy too.
Is vibing even an emotion?
Yes, it's an emotion. It's
I
an
would
expression. It's life.
Well,
Don't
that's
miss
not
the
an
jellyfish
It's
yeah,
a life.
They are.
walking around.
Jellyfish swarms.
emotion. You should
Ah,
shoot them.
jelly. Oh yeah, just
Not a
whip out a
first
gun and
shooter,
just shoot them
Mason.
all.
And it can be.
I mean, yeah.
Chocolate gun is stronger.
Chocolate fish. Hmm.
Is chocolate fish going to be a boss? Please
I don't
say
even know
it's-
what he's referring to right now, man.
You don't know what
Chocolate guy.
Maybe if I see it.
hero.
You know, chocolate,
Hero.
Come
chocolate.
on.
Hero.
Yeah, it's gonna be a boss.
Oh,
I don't know. We'll see.
yeah. Of course I know.
No,
Just the name chocolate fish. I was thinking about like a huge ass fish made of chocolate or something.
Same here, to be honest.
What?
They're dead to me.
No,
So no,
no.
characters, no life, don't die. The characters that are fan made by us and don't appear in the main game, they are also fan made. I can't really tell if you're like referring to BBT or
No,
Referring to
no,
his own
their
game.
own game.
Also, BFBB Chapter 3 has 12 endings, 12 bosses, 3 extra bosses. And,
Why?
okay.
How do you have that many endings? Like, seriously.
Yeah, first,
You have
why
that many
would,
endings,
why
then
would
you don't
any-
even have the second game.
Why would any SpongeBob game have 12 endings? That's the first thing. Also, I would never ever recommend you planning a sequel to a game you have not made yet.
Ouch.
Only announce it if you
That's-
know you can actually do it.
Is this
Ouch.
Unreal Engine?
Don't mind Hero. He can be harsh sometimes.
It's not Unreal Engine.
Ouch to me, as somebody who's been planning a game series that has 3 titles already completely planned and thought
Yes.
out
No,
You
with
are-
deep lore about literally every single part of the world.
It's funny seeing Hero just destroying dreams out here.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
his hobby.
the problem is I've seen so many people like
No,
having
it's not Unreal Engine.
so high expectations in their games, and they set the bar so high, and the end
It's
they
like
never
quality
started, and it never happened. So I would rather have people. So I rather don't talk people a little, so they set their bars low and actually do something, than they just have their dreams and never do anything. Is that bad?
No, that's not bad. Also, Unreal Engine is disgusting. You'd never catch me touching that.
I mean, you touched it once. and
I
that's
did.
how you know it's
I did
disgusting.
touch it. I actually touched it like probably 3 times, and then
Ooh.
decided I'd never do so again.
Sounds pretty serious.
It's pretty
Terry
exposed.
says, how is the game going? I can see BBT running very smoothly. Yes, there has been a lot of optimization. I think the frame rate doubled for no life at least.
Here,
I
I
just
turned
love
it
seeing
on.
the jelly swarms. It's so pretty.
No,
You
it's gonna get really
You turned it
close
on
now.
for in that split second it said 10 FPS.
Yeah, that's the
Like,
default. That's the
smooth.
default it says when you turn it on.
So keep in mind that No Life is both streaming and he only has like a medium PC.
Yeah, I
He's
don't
kind
have
of highest
a.
rated.
I do not have a high-end computer. I mean, I do. I have a decently high-end computer, but it's not like my graphics card is like 6 years old. I'm also streaming, and I'm running the game at the highest settings, and you can lower it quite a bit without losing any real graphical fidelity.
Yeah, I mean, you might actually want to show off the graphic settings. Like go on
Okay.
the lowest. Or
I want-
almost.
Do you want me to go on the lowest?
I
want to be a good game in terms of story.
Okay,
That's
so-
not show it off.
As you can see, you can lower the texture quality by quite a lot.
Honestly, that kind of sounds very ambitious.
You can lower
Oh, God.
post-processing. The
Let's go
first
maybe
two are
go
almost
on a
done.
low setting, but like not the. Oh god.
Okay.
That's it. Go
Yeah,
on
let
something that is low, but not the lowest, perhaps.
All right,
Maybe
I'll go
TRTX on.
decently low. Actually, I'll go really low. How about that?
Harry says, "I'm glad I got to see the game. You will actually be able to
even-
play it rather soon instead of just
Because
looking
even
at
at really low settings, the game
You
still
can
looks
almost
absolutely fantastic.
it. You didn't turn down the shader.
No, I didn't. I mean, you can turn that one down a bit too.
I mean, you see, he changed a lot of settings. The game still looks good, and he has 150 plus FPS on a medium
But I'm gonna
PC,
turn it all the way back up because
Oh,
I want
guys,
to play at the highest.
160. Also, we plan to do some more changes, and especially like one more huge optimization related thing after.
Graphical related
demo.
thing too. It's going to change how the game looks quite a lot. It
Yeah.
sucks though because I'm gonna have to rewrite almost every single shader.
No, we're not judging.
Or
we're
no
just saying
lie.
it sounds a bit too
I mean, BBT has also has a story, and it's more story driven than your usual Spongebob game. But yeah, having a story is always good to.
It's like you need to set
to-
boundaries.
It's the same argument a lot of people bring for. the
honestly,
Mario
honestly, our game has a ton of story. Honestly, our
Yeah.
game has like a full-on what you'd expect from not even a platformer.
I laugh. True.
games. Harry, you can actually see the counter on the lower left
The
corner.
bottom left.
Yeah, I have it
Or
on.
what are you trying to refer to? So again, he's playing on the highest settings with a medium computer and hits like 80 to 90 FPS.
I'm also streaming.
Yeah, plus he's streaming. I mean, again, a story can always supplement gameplay. So, of course, they're entirely story-driven games, but I
Yeah.
would say like visual novels. It's hard to call them games. At least in my opinion, it's just
But like,
We should make a PBT visual novel.
it's really just an ebook with graphics. But overall, story is. I mean, of course, some genres or some games need a good story. I think. No, not even RPGs need a good story. If the gameplay is really good, then it doesn't even need a good story. Story is always just important to
Like-
supplement the gameplay. If the gameplay is, yeah. Sorry.
like some people like me don't really care about story, but it's like depending on the person, you could like make it break it.
By the way, I've just got to cut in for a second to say that this game controls fantastically. It feels really good.
Have you ever been to Goofy Goober while streaming?
Yes, I have.
Once
Twice.
Yeah, right. You have.
and he died.
Yeah, you might want to go there and show this off.
Yeah, I know. I just
don't think
upgraded
you've
ink
managed-
capacity to do it.
Yeah, I don't think you've managed to turn on the power there.
No, I did. I had it on. I think so. Didn't I? Oh
Can't
no,
change what
you're
my
right. I
decisions
didn't.
are. Plus, I want BFB Chapter 2 and 3 story to have good backstory for characters. Plus, the main antagonist of both games, Connor Wilbar, has a good backstory. I mean, like I said, I mean,
If you
go
can do
ahead.
it, do it. That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah, like
I'd say if I could give you a recommendation, that is definitely to tone down your ambitions.
It's like
We had to do
Yeah.
that. We had to do that a few times.
yeah, like
Yeah, wait.
like make
Shit.
sure
I mean-
like what you can do.
I
be
think
fair-
at this point, the amount that I have improved as a game developer and everyone on the team has improved at what they do, we can do what our plan is. Like, very easily.
Yeah, and even then, that's still pretty ambitious what we have planned.
Oh wait, I'm an idiot. I still don't have enough.
I think Skyleaf, if I said that right.
Yeah. Also, again, like Noah, it's just to say that if something has a good backstory, that's like something's going to be fun. it's hard to measure that and set and plan that. Like, I plan this to have a good backstory. Like, yeah.
Yes,
I
that's
think
MK. You can just, if you just use DS for Windows, you can use controller support on a PS4
okay.
controller. It just supports X input right now, nothing else.
Kyliev, I hope I pronounce this like Kyliev Bowman says, I love how this game is going up. So good for this. Thank you.
Alright, let's get the power on and Goofy Goobers. Shouldn't be that hard. I'm already 10 minutes in though, which means that the difficulty is
It's
going to
really
start
good.
ramping up.
The more smooth, the better the game will feel. I mean, yeah. Even though I have a 144 Hz monitor, and I know a lot of people with a 144 Hz monitor probably going to hate me for this, but I don't think beyond 60 FPS, it's a huge difference. I mean, yeah, there is.
Oh, it is for me. But I also am super sensitive to that. If there's even just one screen in a room that is running at like 30 Hz, I get actually nauseous. Like I get sick.
You think Goofy Goober looks gorgeous, wait until you see it in color.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
But
I'm
no,
gonna go
I
the
think
cheap way
as
this
long
time.
as games hits a constant 60 FPS, that's good. But obviously beyond 60 FPS, if your monitor can handle, obviously looks better. But I noticed that I play games for certain games. Over 60 FPS does more than in other games. It always depends on like how everything's set up. Unless you're talking 120. I mean, yeah, of course, you can also have a 120 Hz monitor. That's also doing something. Like, over, of course, the higher the FPS, the better. The higher the Hertz rate, the better. But I would say, if you have at least 60 FPS, it's already good. Everything beyond that is just bonus. Everything below 60 FPS is arguably...
Oh, ouch, 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 ouch. Cannon.
No, I'm at because I'm kind of getting bored. No offense, see you later.
Wait, who's getting bored?
And Noah, he's heading out.
Okay.
I'd really hate to make it cancel this game. Yeah. Yeah, they really don't usually cease and desist. I mean, I know people like to shit talk Viacom and Nickelodeon, but at least what related to fan games, they're really not that bad. I can't even really remember them ever doing anything
Yeah, Austin
bad.
Paulson has a habit.
It's mostly just for it's mostly just for like YouTube groups. I've noticed.
Yeah. And they restrict the voice actors to do stuff, but other than that, they don't really do anything. Like,
I just realized I'm not trapped in this room.
I mean,
Gonna be
SpongeBob
gone.
is like basically the meme source #1. They know that SpongeBob's getting messed and joked with a lot. So it's not like they try to have their SpongeBob
Oh, that was good. That was satisfying. I love that combo.
Remember what Nick did to the Harvey Breaks creator? He spent 7 years on his show. I haven't heard this.
Harvey Breaks. It's supposed to be Harvey Beaks. It was a show on Nickelodeon.
It was
Right.
okay. I didn't think it was
Yeah.
amazing, but I also didn't think it was like terrible.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't bad.
it was an okay.
It existed. Harvey Beaks, yeah.
I'm just outrunning this Inklob. No! No, he's catching up.
Thought the show
Run.
like trash.
Oh.
No,
You're outrunning that ink. Oh my god.
Yeah, I accidentally collected
ratings are
it.
the driving force on television. I mean, you always have to keep in mind it's still a business. If no one is like viewers are in that moment the customers. It sounds a bit stupid, but yeah, the more people watch a show, the more ads are gonna be seen, the more money they make. It's as simple as that. And if nobody watches the show, then what's the point? So, I mean, it sucks for those that like it, but just economically, it makes sense that certain things get discontinued. Off topic,
I-
what do you think of the new seasons of SpongeBob?
I love them.
I think
I think they're great.
like
So okay, it's really weird for me. I love the new season of SpongeBob. I don't think I like them as much as the first 3. I'd say there's a few episodes
Oh yeah, you
that.
can't.
That's the thing for me though. I actually think there's a few modern SpongeBob episodes that I like better than a lot of the classic ones. For example, Mimic Madness. That episode's excellent. I love the song in it. I love the characters, how they act. They all act like themselves. An episode I really like that a lot of people don't really give a lot of attention to is Lost in Bikini Bottom, which is the first episode that had Steven Hillenburg back on it. That episode is excellent. It's really funny. It's like really pretty looking, the animation, all these unique environments. It's just like really good. But yeah, I love those episodes. I actually think they're a lot better than some of the episodes in seasons 1 through 3. And another thing, this is gonna get me canceled. I absolutely loved Camp Coral. I loved it.
You're getting canceled.
It was
No, I
really
agree.
good.
That's
It was really good. Like the writing genuinely felt like classic SpongeBob.
We're getting the guillotine.
The animation was really pretty, especially in like there's a lot of parts where it looked like really nice.
No, I agree. I like it.
I have not seen more than like.
And
3
there were
episodes.
like little story bits that they implemented or they were introducing into it, and I like that. So SpongeBob's really good as an episodic show, but having like little bits of story bits is actually really awesome. I love it. I think it's a really nice change of pace.
Yeah, no. I mean, I see your point. I thought Camp Coral was pretty decent. Like, you know, I don't think it's terrible like a lot of people play it out.
Yeah, and to be fair, I haven't really watched a lot of modern SpongeBob. I haven't seen any episode of Camp Coral, but overall, from what I've seen, modern SpongeBob isn't bad. The only issue I have with it is I'm just not the biggest fan of the way they do character animations. I think it looks pretty. I'm just not a fan of the overly expressive faces.
New SpongeBob is like it's very different. It takes some getting used to.
Lighthouse
I think it's,
Louie was good too. Just got
Okay,
canned
so
over
speaking of
Twitter.
Young Justice, what's your guys'
I have-
opinion on that show? I haven't watched it. Or
I've
I don't
never
even
seen
know.
Young Justice.
Me neither.
It is not just Camp Laszlo, it's SpongeBob. You'd think so, but it's
Also-
not.
Also, I hope.
Dream Hoppers was good. Was a good episode too. I love that episode. It didn't have
Yeah, it
like
was
it was very, 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 very unique. Like,
What are super
Very-
recent episodes? What season are we on by now? Anyway?
We're on season
13.
We're like a few episodes into 13. I have a soft spot.
I think
for,
I know this might sound weird since I'm working on the SpongeBob thing, but I don't watch SpongeBob as much honestly anymore.
Wow.
I don't know why. It's not like that I wouldn't want to. It's just I don't really have the means for it. I don't have cable access in my room, and I don't watch TV in the living room since that one is constantly occupied. And I don't have any streaming services, but so I certainly will have to do some catch up at some point. I think everything beyond season 9, I only know a few fragments.
You're not alone, Hero. I'm the same way.
But like a lot of people that are interested in DBT or work with us just didn't even know what the fuck a BFBB is.
Yeah.
oh yeah, Awesome Possum. I hate how Nick advertises SpongeBob. It really pisses
I hate
me
how
off.
Nick advertises anything.
Well, for
Not-
example, the
not
main
good.
reason I hate like
Yeah.
the cave dwelling sponge episode so much is because they advertised it as like SpongeGar. That's what they called him in the advertisements. They said he was coming back, and then it was like all this cool stuff, and then the episode came out, and it wasn't even his name, wasn't even the same character. Nothing about him even remotely resembled the original like character they were saying that was coming back. It was so stupid.
You
Yeah, they did that on the
They played their
DVD.
viewers as marketing too.
Most commercials for SpongeBob episodes are clickbait.
They are.
I mean, I don't see a lot
Like-
of commercials.
I think when Truth or Square came out, they were like, this is the episode. You're gonna know what the formula is.
What do you
Yeah, they did do that.
think?
You're
What's
right.
this Nickelodeon show.
God damn it.
SpongeBob?
Oh my God,
Yeah,
Wattbots.
I think most of us are going to say SpongeBob.
Yeah,
At least for Nickelodeon shows. I mean, I guess that's not the most unexpected answer.
Ooh, that is stressful.
MK? No. Just
I mean, to be fair, they did get married, like by like a legitimate priest who didn't know it was a play. Like, come on.
the whole.
Oh
Truth
yeah,
or
that was in
Square-
the trailer for that was in the advertisements for Truth or Square too, saying that SpongeBob and Sandy were getting married. I remember that. They were doing that in the ads.
They should have put that in the game.
Why?
To be fair, to
Okay.
a certain degree, Nickelodeon has to blame themselves why the SpongeBob Twitter is just full of porn. It's gone
Yeah,
better.
don't talk about porn on my YouTube live stream that's monetized on a SpongeBob YouTube channel.
We're all
But
gonna die.
it's SpongeBob related.
You're gonna kill us.
It's not like he's gonna get his ass beaten for this.
I'm gonna demonetize my stream.
Or now we die.
But still, they're pretty much at fault for this to a certain degree themselves. But yeah, it's gotten better. I hardly see it anymore, which is good. So it was disgusting.
Oh my God.
I think at first some trolls started, and then some people went, haha, that's funny, and then they did it.
Oh,
Poor guy working
hold
for
on.
the Twitter account.
What do you mean?
Where's
Where
the ray tracing? Haha, MK. Ray
come on,
tracing,
no, like,
like-
where's all the bloom? I mean, there is bloom, like, on the lights, it's just not super intense. Same with the eyes and stuff of the robots. But like, the ray tracing, I actually, funny enough, I actually did implement ray tracing the other day, was it yesterday? Did I do that yesterday?
I don't know, I wasn't there.
Day before. The day before yesterday, I actually added ray tracing to the game just to see, like, ray trace global illumination, just to see what it would look like. And it surprisingly didn't change a whole lot. It surprisingly didn't look that different. It looked better. I can say it looked better, like graphically, but I don't think it looked. Okay. It had better graphics, but I don't think it was an improvement. It looked too realistic. If that sounds, if that makes sense. Like, it just did not match the art style. It looked so out of place.
Also, awesome was crop me out.
Yeah, we will actually remove you from the entire stream.
Wait,
Yes,
what?
because I said the P word once.
Yeah, he
Oh,
said.
yeah.
He said a bad word.
That's a terrible word, Hero. Why
As
would
you can
say
see, the game is getting a little harder. I'm only 20 minutes in and it is... Holy...
I
Ooh.
could do that.
I like how at the moment Terry's the only one who really comments on BB2 related things.
that? Yeah.
I mean, it still says we have 18.
About like 10 seconds ago it was 22.
What game
I
are you
mean,
guys
yeah,
talking
you know it's fluctuating.
I don't even know what game we're talking about anymore. It's okay.
Oh,
Probably BBT.
We didn't talk any game.
Okay, smash, range, there we go.
When this game out, when we get money.
No,
Don't
okay.
say it like that.
I'm saying it like it's true.
I mean, no.
We're not
Yes.
getting the money. The money is going towards charity.
Okay, so the actual game, so Chapter 1 won't release for a few more months, but you will actually be playing pretty much what you see right now, just a little bit more polished and with an extra level in like roughly 20 days. So in roughly 20 days the demo will come out. But the demo is only this side mode, so not the actual Chapter 1. So it will only be this horde mode, not the 3D platform gameplay. Yes, there will also be Android. It will release for PC and Android.
Yeah, actually, Android works really well. I play it on my phone quite often.
Have you played Jellyfish Field?
I mean, you still
I
need
have
to
not.
have like a medium phone at least.
voice crack.
Yeah, you have to have a relatively decent phone to play it at least at a stable frame rate without your phone overheating. But that'll also improve over time. Right now, it's a little bad, mainly because of we're using the standard render pipeline instead of the universal one, and that's going to give us huge performance gains on lower end hardware, like phones. So
yeah, basically to play the game on mobile, you need to have at least medium one, and everything beyond that will just allow you to play with better graphics. Google Pixel 4 XL, I don't know.
yeah, that should be
how
fine.
good-
That should be
Yeah.
totally fine.
Yeah, you might actually be able to play
It's
some
me,
high
Dennis, ask what do you think of the iCarly reboot? We all know what you think.
Oh, it's awesome. I've been waiting for that for a year. I've been following
Really?
its like development and everything for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing to do. I mean, a lot of people are really upset that Sam isn't there,
But
given the
if you,
background, it makes sense.
yeah, her time at Nick was awful. It was like the worst time in her
She
life.
just
It was.
hated everything about.
I respect
Show.
Yeah, I respect it.
But they got Neville.
That
Yeah, no, I
surprises
see.
me.
Can they
Yeah.
get Fred? Oh, God.
They probably
By the
could.
way,
I mean,
I
he'd
only-
definitely take one of those.
I only learned about this not too long ago that Fred was actually a YouTuber back in the days.
Yeah, he used to be the most subscribed YouTuber on YouTube.
Yeah, to be fair, at that point, I'm not sure if I was even around on YouTube already, and even then, even if I
Maybe break
was, obviously I didn't watch English content back then.
Yeah.
because my English was poo-poo back then.
I actually
you
had
can
watched
learn-
Fred when he was a decent-sized YouTuber back in the early days. My brother showed me him when I was really little.
I don't know, I think always like when they put Fred and showed it was a bit weird always.
Oh my god, so many
They always
enemies.
gave him this weird helium voice, and I don't know why.
It's the Fred voice.
It does look different than the first
And
engine,
asked,
image.
where are you
We
from?
redid it.
You should know that I'm here.
We changed how it looks quite a bit,
Oh, that's
actually.
the other MK. Why do we have two MKs again? Yes, but I'm German. Hello.
I'm actually trying to answer a BBT question right now.
Sorry.
Awesome Possum said that the cannons look different than the image we showed him off in, and they do. We redid them. We did all their textures and their materials. I also gave them a new weight paint, so they move a lot better than they did back then, but you wouldn't know that because you didn't see it.
Yeah, you wouldn't know that. You
Awesome
didn't.
Possum would totally know that.
Awesome Possum knows when I wake up in the morning.
He does!
That sounds so weird just to throw it in the stream. Awesome Possum knows when I
He knows the exact time and day.
This is a cry for help.
Oh my god.
Ah, yes, I still remember
Again.
the little days when I held the world record in BBT surviving. And then
Yeah,
Mason
you're
right.
crushed me. Fuck you, Mason.
I'm going for the record right now.
Guys,
I think
I
I'm
mean,
gonna. What
it
was your
wasn't the
time?
old one.
What was your time just a minute ago? It was like half an hour, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I can do better than that.
Yeah, half an hour.
I'm
This is
better
like
than
man
you.
versus
no, I
people.
don't jinx it.
Interesting comparison. I mean, yeah. I mean, there is a quote-unquote man. If you want to call it a man. And there are certainly machines.
And
Anyone remember Nola's awful SpongeBob?
I can't do it. I can't.
SpongeBob.
My voice has dropped like 2 octaves since then.
Yeah, like I just recently rewatched parts of this development stream from like 2019. Dude, you sound like 10 years younger.
weird. It's really weird.
Your voice crack is certainly good late.
I feel like my voice probably died out too, so that's good.
Yeah, your voice has dropped a lot, Mason.
That's good.
I can't
'cause I'm
remember
so it works
how
now.
it pushed me.
He sounds like
yeah.
Mason does now, except he was really quiet. He barely said anything, and his voice was a lot lower pitched.
I mean, that sounds more like a character thing.
So it's
Like,
high up, huh?
Or did I say lower? No, opposite,
Yeah,
opposite,
lower.
opposite. Sorry. Yeah, he used to have a higher pitched voice. He had the same like vocal inflections and stuff. It was just his voice
Snort
was.
is better than BFB Rehydrate. I mean, to be fair, it's not hard to be better than Rehydrate.
Oh man, that was loud.
Yeah, BFBB Horde, the BFBB Rehydrated Horde mode is just, they just slapped it together.
It's like, I think I get what they were going
They're in
for.
a rush.
Yeah, they just had to release it. Like, they would have probably canned it, but it was already announced, so they just had to put it in the deadline. Also, let's pray Jesse gets there. So I don't even know what you're referring to.
The fact that Jesse has been completely non-existent for months.
I mean, yeah,
That's
but
not.
it's
Okay.
not. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Wait, when you DM him, he gets
I
there.
showed him some stupid thing yesterday. That's my only interaction with it.
Do you have a Streamlabs donation link? Oh right, you could have made this a pre-stream for the Rehydrated Relief. Yeah, we missed on that one. Wait, I can send the link in.
No, I can send the link in.
Wait, is Yo-Yo Yoshio who I think it is? Hold on.
There's the link.
No, holding on. Here is the
Give
link.
me a second.
Here you go.
I
No!
don't know.
Oh, wait, no, I win.
Haha.
I win.
No, your link wasn't even
Easy.
posted because you're not a
What?
mod.
Oh my god, it is. Hey,
It is.
you used to work with Fun Lundy, and then you realized that he's not a very good developer, just like me.
You should mod me, no life.
Agro Funlandy Bash 2021 is still funny, haha, right?
Also, dang.
Awesome. Let's not get into it, okay? That's too much.
No,
This
it's just like I tried to work with Fun Lundy too, and it just did not work. Did not. I ended up writing a bunch of. Well, no. I know he's a really cool dude. I talk to him all the time, but when we tried to work together, it just did not work. I'd say like the main issue was when I would work on something, I set it up in a very particular way. For example, I set up like Spongebob's controls in a way, and then he ended up like redoing it in this whole other way that was just not it was a very significant downgrade, and it ended up causing issues later. So I kind of just stopped working with him, and I moved on to do my own stuff again. But a lot of people mix this up. I did not continue from Fun Lundy's work. I don't know why so many people think that. I had my own project, and Fun Lundy joined me. He had his own, and then I one day was like, I can do better than that in 3 days. So I spent 3 days making a version of BFBB, a remake, and I was like, I can surpass what he has in 3 days. And I did, and I made the video, and he saw it, and then he was going to send me assets, and then we started working together. He started working on my project, and it just didn't work out between us. So I left, but when I left, he made it sound kind of like he was giving me his project, which isn't really what happened at all. And he actually kept my videos up on his channel for a while, even though I told him to take them down. And it caused all this misconception where now people think that I'm working off of Fun Lundy's work, even though not even just that. This is not the same project. That's another thing. We restarted a year ago from scratch, no code, basically no models, almost all new textures and everything.
What you talking about? We restarted like 3 times by now.
I'm not done. I was not done. We restarted a year ago, and then before that, we restarted like a year and a half before that when we started HDR, And then before HDR, we were working on a whole different project. Those were all different projects. When we went to a new one, we completely restarted. It's not like we just built off of the one we had. What we have here, this is what you're seeing, probably about a year old. That's because back at the first Rehydrated Relief, we showed off our demo. That was made in a week. And that was last June. And not just that, I also took a 4-month break because I left home and I moved in with my girlfriend and I had all this stuff going on and I had no time to work. I had to focus on my life. So that's the main reason why stuff is like I hate it when people are like, you've been working for like 4 years on this project, why isn't it anywhere? We haven't been. We've only been working for a year.
I mean, realistically speaking, if you break it down to active work, this is probably more like let's say half a year.
Yeah, more like half, because I took like a 4-month break and there was like a period of stagnation right after this is not a word. Everything stagnated right after the Rehydrated Relief the first time because we all took a break. I'll be right back.
And then you got.
Alright, yeah, overall, I mean, Funland, he wasn't a bad guy, it just didn't work out to work together.
Yeah.
At least. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it came a long way. I mean, yeah, of course, there were a lot of huge gaps in development in between, but not just that. I mean, it's not like wasted time. I mean, look, I don't know, like everyone watching, like how long you've been following this, but everybody who's been around for at least the Rehydrated or maybe even the HD era knows just how, like, what a big, huge improvement this is quality-wise. I mean, content, yeah, there's not a lot of content, but the little content that is there is just so much better. Like, holy shit. Yeah, so because right now, even though I don't know if you know, but me and Funny were only like 16 when we worked together. I mean, yeah, that's also part of the reason. I mean, remember, No Life is 18 right now, so like 4 years ago, he was like 14, 15.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Overall, why? So everyone watching, I want you to know one thing. This is the hands down the best time like any of the Spongebob projects ever had. It actually looks good. It actually runs good. It actually plays good. And it actually has active development. And it actually, for once, has a somewhat complete core that can be worked with.
I still get it.
Oh wow, I'm older than No Life by 4 years. Wait, what? No. I said when the whole Funlandy thing was happening, he was like 14, 15. Now he's... Wait, are you 22? If so, then your time doesn't match. Like, talking about 6 years ago, like... That wasn't 2015. Or am I retarded? That he beats HDR by our country. Yeah, I'm 22. Oh yeah, then you're actually like almost 4 years older than No Life. Okay.
It's like a night and
Wait,
day.
you started with... You sure you started with... I mean, yeah, he's 18. Oh, yeah, then you're like 3 years apart. But like, you start like the Funland thing was in 2015. No, but not that long. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Bring
only been like
freak hours. Yeah, no.
That thing could slice up a triple Krabby Supreme with just one spin.
Oh.
I don't know if that Hara would work, but
Yeah. Yeah, but like it.
Round and round.
Was that
yeah,
a
no,
game
but like
section?
games that you don't own live.
I feel like it is promotion because they're showing it at PAX.
Yeah, because you got hit again. Um.
Yo-Yo
That's-
Yoshio thinks he
yeah.
can do a better SpongeBob
that special
impression.
impression is crusty. Yeah. Yeah, is he talking about Jesse or facial expression? I think he's talking about Jesse. Right?
Yeah.
Also, yeah, it's also kind. Yeah.
That's not in the description. We got nothing here.
I put it in the chat. The
No, you
invite
didn't.
link.
MK2, you're gonna have 5 million people DM you. I'm joking.
Overall, how long? I think. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. 60 people, sure. I mean, it's not that much lower. The peak was at like 22. Yeah. I guess you can expect one video when the demo comes out, or around that time. Yeah, that was actually something I was about to say. Like, how about like, would anybody be interested in some pre-release development streams? Not like playing, just like development casually. So it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be like the most and like action-packed streams. It would just be no life polishing out the game, and maybe people could ask questions. So, okay, yeah. Awesome Possum says yes.
Hi, Dad.
To no one's surprise. So we have 2 people. It wouldn't be like much, probably just an hour every now and then. I don't know. I mean, it ultimately depends on No Life, not on me. Yeah, I mean, we wanted to have this YouTube channel be more active. Like, I mean, it has been recently, but just like beyond showing off things.
Shit.
Yeah. Okay, how long do you want to keep this going? I paused my recording in general. Anyway, yeah. So, anything else? Like, overall, did anybody just, out of curiosity, did anybody notice anything in the game where they would say that's kind of meh?
Your treasure chest is looking a bit light, boy. Do you think I
let's
got
take
bilge water on the
anything.
brain?
Like I said,
I
we
ain't running a charity here. Come
we're
back when you got enough
like,
shiny objects to spare.
always trying to look for feedback. If not, then that's
Your treasure chest is looking a bit light, boy. Do you think I got bilge water on the brain? Your treasure chest is looking a bit light, boy. Do you think I
Alright,
got bilge water on the brain? I ain't running a charity here. Come back when you got enough shiny objects
I
to
think we
spare.
can conclude this now.
Alright, see you guys.
Mason Duck.
Or at least most of them. Yeah,